Hey everyone, it's Jamie from BestNerdLife. If you don't already know, I absolutely adore retro video games. Doesn't matter if it's cartridge based, or disc based, or cassette based. I love the history of video games, and in particular the preservation of video games. Which is why I'm interested in visiting places like the National Videogame Museum in Sheffield. When it first opened in Sheffield, I did actually go there for the day. I even got my face in the paper, but I didn't have the equipment or really the drive, I guess, to do a video about it. And for the longest time, I've wanted to go there again and do a video. However, due to the pandemic and other things, I've just not had a chance, which is why when I saw they were offering a free, one night only entrance into the museum, I definitely wanted to go and do a video about it. First off, I'm going to show a fancy intro where I've been a bit creative and just music and just basically stretch my creativity a little bit. And then I'm going to go on to talking about my experience, about the hardware that's there, and also some of the exhibits that are there as well. So, without further ado, let's get going. Now, as you can see from that intro, there's a massive amount of things to talk about, including this absolutely massive pile of games. Now, for some reason they have CEX stickers on them. I'm not entirely sure why, but yeah, let's start from there. And in this next cabinet, look at all these fantastic consoles. Apologies about the kind of strobing effect. I just didn't set my camera settings right, apparently. But yeah, look at all these consoles and home computers and all that kind of stuff. I will go into them slightly in more depth in a second, but yeah, just have a look at the glorious amount of hardware just in this one cabinet. A lot of this stuff I've never actually seen before in real life, including this compact portable 3. I would love to get my hands on one of these to just basically play around with it, but I don't think the museum would lend stuff out to me, but I can dream in future, right? Next up is this Sinclair Spectrum, as well as some other Sinclair hardware. Super sad that Sir Clive Sinclair has passed away. RIP to him. He has left an absolutely incredible legacy. Other stuff like Acorn Electron, Oric 1, and also a TI-99 for a computer. Yeah, these are stuff that I've never actually seen in real life. Really fantastic to actually see these things. Again, I'd love to get my hands on some stuff like this. Hopefully in the future. Until then, I can always come back to this place and stare lovingly at them through the glass. Now, this next thing is something I've never ever heard of, the Amstrad GX4000. I have no idea what this is, but yeah, it looks interesting. I also found this absolutely beautiful BBC Micro. Yes, that BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. They did have their own computers at one time. It was really interesting to see it, type on it, and use, I think BASIC it was, to just do basic coding. It was really cool, and again, I want to try this some more. Something else that was really cool, this PlayStation 2 dev kit. So this is what the developers of games for PlayStation 2 would have used to basically create and test their games on. And you can see that it has a massive tool etched on the side, just so you cannot mistake it for an actual PlayStation 2. Also found this Sega lock-on gun type thing, not entirely sure what that is, but doesn't it look so retro? There was also this Sega Saturn Nights into Dreams control pad. Yeah, I've never played Sega Saturn, I've never played Nights into Dreams, and I've never played with a controller. So yeah, again, really interested to see this in real life. I also found the one, the only Virtual Boy, although I didn't get any footage of the actual headset itself, just the box and the controller. But yeah, never seen one of these in real life, and it was absolutely fantastic to actually see one, and I really want to get my hands on one of these. And last but not least, for the actual console-centric footage that I took, yes, this is the Magnavox Odyssey, which is the first commercial home console system. Such a legendary machine. Again, I've never seen one in real life, never held one, but yeah, this is where it all started for the home console scene, and it was absolutely fantastic to finally see one. What a chunky, retro-futuristic beast. Absolutely fantastic. Something else I found really interesting as well was this Mortal Kombat centric display. You know, you got big box, Amiga game, you've got a GameCube game, all that kind of stuff. Some, I think, laser cut wooden things at the back there. You got the Commodore A1200. Just absolutely fantastic history regarding Mortal Kombat and also Street Fighter. You've got the arcade board for the original Mortal Kombat. You've got a Sega Master System, all that amazing stuff. I love Mortal Kombat. It's such a good game. Another legendary video game here, and this is E.T. for the Atari 2600, cited as one of the worst video games in history, as well as one of the reasons for the video game crash in 1983, I believe. Yeah, this thing is absolutely legendary, and I can't believe they have a copy of it. Fantastic. One of the exhibitions that they have on at the moment is the Animal Crossing Diaries, which basically asks people to submit entries talking about their thoughts and their feelings and their experiences of the pandemic, because obviously Animal Crossing came out very close to the start of it. So it was like a really weird kind of way for people to record their experiences. So yeah, it's a really interesting concept, a really interesting exhibition, and yeah, I've actually submitted an entry myself. I will link that in the description below, and it is called Dividing My Day. I won't go into it, but yeah, it's just a really interesting way of how Animal Crossing helped me to basically come to terms with working from home and not having to commute. There was also a pretty big Gang Beasts exhibition on, as you can see here. This is a ring with 4 other characters in that they apparently built themselves, the developers. And you know what, I'm not a huge fan of Gang Beasts, but Bone Loaf, the company, is based in Sheffield, and they have done really well for themselves, so I can't commend them enough. But yeah, really interesting to see kind of the development of it. Had a lot of interesting stuff in there, including a bunch of stuff from the Tokyo Game Show 2019, some 3D printed skulls, artwork, concept art, like all that kind of stuff. It was really interesting to see. Some plushes as well. Yeah, really interesting to see. Well done on Bone Loaf. And yeah, that was a video about my trip to the National Videogame Museum. By all accounts, an absolutely fantastic day out. If you have any interest in video games whatsoever, I definitely recommend you go there. It is a really good time, in my opinion, at least. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, then by all means like, comment, subscribe, all that social media goodness, and as always, keep living that best nerd life.